relax and point your feet. Now I was going to carry on at this point with tummy, but I just want to do something. I'd like us just to do a cobra stretch so we can stretch through our hip flexors, because I can really feel mine. But we're going to do a high one, so you know, if you don't like the high one, you can start here, but I'd like to do it from here. I really feel I want to elongate our ab muscles and the hip flexors. So from this position, you're just going to start to ease yourself forward. Hip bones start coming downwards and your back bends nice and slowly. Then feel like you've pushed your shoulders down from the ears. Your core is still switched on though, to prevent your back arching too much. And then let's push back into child's pose without the knees wide, just knees as they are, in line with your hips. Keeping the arms forward, come back up, ease those hip bones forward. Let's stay there for a count of 3, 2, 1. Pushing back again. And one more set. Forward. This won't do us any harm. This is a lovely stretch. 3, 2, 1. And just widen the knees and stay in child's pose. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms up, and I'd like you to stay there for 3 full deep breaths. And then come onto your back again. I haven't disappeared, in case you think I have. Needed to grab some more water, so come onto your back again. That's it, and do a full body stretch for me. That feels good. Little break. All right, so we haven't got many more in this position. Okay, you're going to have one hand behind your head, feet in the normal start position, making sure they're hip width. We'll be doing ab curls, but one arm is long. So make sure that all of your hand is round the back of your head, not just one side. Grab all of the back of the head. So let's come up, arm up towards the ceiling. So you come into your ab curl and the arm comes towards your knee. And then come back down and then straight back and across to the opposite knee. So we're going to work, and I've got my left arm up, we're working the entire left before we switch. Lovely. So nice big breath out as you come up, in to come down. Feel as if you're being pulled from the center of the chest. And I will progress as always, but you can stick to what you want to do. Okay, so first progression is to bring both legs up in tabletop, always one at a time, press the back down. So they're just staying there, so nothing's changed. Legs are just in that high position. Taking your time, using the breath to keep it slow. And the next progression takes me a huge amount of brain power. That's not to say it will you, probably won't you, but for me, it's a battle. Okay, so we're back to doing, coming up to the same leg. Now the opposite leg is going to stretch, either it can be up here or it can be down there, and then bring it back in, arm up. And as you cross over, the other leg, opposite leg, does the same. Okay, so come back up. So the arm comes straight down, opposite leg, come up, and then even as you cross, that opposite leg comes out. So it's always the opposite leg to the knee you're going towards. So left arm to left knee, right leg comes out, left arm, right knee, left leg comes out. That's probably confused matters even more, but hey, now I'm doing it wrong. All right, we can do one more set. So I'm on my last but one. And when you've finished, bring the head down. Lovely. Bring the knees in and rock side to side. rotate the knees round, massaging the lower back, and a quick stretch of the legs. We're not going to do the other side just yet, so remember which arm you were using then. Before we do the other side, I'd like to just come up into onto our elbows. If this is uncomfortable, you can go back down. So lifting one leg into tabletop and then the other. And in this position, it's quite easy to bring the knees too far in, so just make sure they're above the hips. I'm going to do a supine twist. So knees are together, feet together, and then push down through the sort of top of the bottom area and then to the other side. Lovely. So be careful not to kind of roll right over twisting. We want to use the weight, the core. So you only come a small way and then use the core to squeeze back. If you want to progress, your legs straighten as they come over to one side, push across the bottom again, and then straighten the other side. Really feel this in the oblique muscles. Great. If you're uncomfortable in this position, remember you can go down and do it on your back. And if you're on your back, you can have your hands under your bottom. And try not to start slumping. It's really easy to do that. So just stick your sort of chest out and back straight. This isn't the easiest of exercises. If you feel like you can keep the legs straight all the time so they come over. Be careful to stop a short way down, back to centre, and the other way. That's it. One more each side. Great stuff. Bring the legs down and come all the way back down. Stretch the legs. All right, bridge part 2 before we do the other ab curl set. So bridge mark 2 is going to be for the hamstrings. So here's our feet in our start position. I'm going to walk my toes forward, not too far, and we're only going to come up. So normal bridge I can get to about here, but in this position I only want to lift my bottom slightly off the mat because otherwise it starts working into your back a bit much. This is aimed at getting our hamstrings. I'm going to be on the heels as well, so toes raised on your heels. Same as we did first time, so making sure you're squeezing the bottom to push the hips up and then coming all the way down. Don't release the bottom if you can, and push straight back up. So just singles coming up and down. If you prefer it with your feet down, not lifted, with the balls of your feet, you can. I just find I feel a bit crampy like that, so you want to sort of feel that your back is straight. At no point are you kind of curving it as you push upwards, because that would mean you're using the tummy. Okay, now we're going to come up for a count of 1, 2, squeeze that bottom at the top, down, 2. So don't put your focus in the hips, just put it on the squeeze of the bottom. Up for 2, down for 2. Feel this in your inner thighs as well. Staying at the top, squeeze your bottom and then squeeze and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway down, push back up. Halfway and push. Back hurts, come down, otherwise we're on the last leg now. Keep your hips up, and very subtle ones this time. Right hip up, then left hip up. Just tiny little rocks side to side in the hip area. Careful of your back if it feels uncomfortable. Back to centre and come down. God, they are agony. Stretch your legs. And then just sort of rotate the legs around, just give them a good wiggle, bang them on the mat, shake them out, bring the arms up and over and really stretch. Wiggle your toes and come back over. Lots and lots of abs. So we've got the other side to do. I had my left arm last time. So it's the right arm for me, left hand behind my head, feet back in your start position. So breathe in to prepare, and every time you come up, breathe out, bring the arm forward, and then across. Really, again, just think about technique. It doesn't matter how many you do, it's just about doing them really with good form. Well done, girls. If you want to go up again, rest the head down. You can bring one leg first, then the second leg tabletop. Just keeping the legs in tabletops, option 2. Try and bring the arm up towards the ceiling. Each time you come down, have the arm up, then have the arm move forward. Lovely. Okay, so on the next one, I'm coming forward. So I'm coming straight up to center, right arm to right leg, and my left leg stretches. Come back down. I'm crossing my arm to my opposite knee, so the other leg stretches. Do 2 more rounds of this. The last lot. And come down. Wonderful. So when you're ready now, have your knees and your feet together and bring the knees to one side very slowly, allowing that back to twist and stretch. And then the other side. Let's give our bodies a complete break next. So you're going to roll onto your side and push yourself up to sitting. We'll do a few shoulder rolls. Now for the next bit, we're going to do arms. I would probably stand if I were you. The only reason I'm not is because I'd have to adjust all my cameras, etc. So I will stay seated, and then at one point I'll come onto my knees, but just stay standing the whole time. I've just noticed my top's inside out. I'm forever the professional. Look, that's the right side. No doubt I've got my joggers inside out as well. Just cannot get the professional teachers. Anyway, enough of that. Roll the shoulders to start with. Yeah, look, there's a label and everything. Oh well. Neck down and up. Stretch the arm across as you're doing that. And then side to side. Nearly as good as when the kids were babies and one of their bibs stuck to me. Really manky, milk-soiled bib stuck to my bottom. And I walked around Watford town centre with a bib hanging off my bottom the entire time for about 3 hours. And no one came up to me and said, "Do you know you have a bib stuck to your bottom, madam?" It had taken me so long to get out of the house. I don't know if, you know, anyway. Okay, so we're going to do beach ball arms, and they're going to stay like this for quite a while. Okay, so shoulder blades are down despite having the shoulders up, and then we're going to keep them bent as we bring them back and squeeze the shoulder blades, and then tap the fingers together. So just open and close. So neck long, chin tilted. If you're standing, you want your core switched on and tall through the crown of the head. So I can feel it already, just having to hold my hands or arms in this bent position is using the muscles. And you can also feel it in those back muscles down here, which are hard to target normally. Then we're going to bring both up and down. And although we're bringing them up and down, your shoulders are staying down. I'll show you the difference. If I was raising my shoulders, they'd be like that, but I'm not. Shoulder blades down the spine. What else I'm trying to do is not do that with my rib cage. Okay, so I'm keeping my rib cage down towards the hips, core on. Lovely. So back stays nice and straight. Aching already. Let it be known, aching already. Now we're going to do one out, one up. And these are new, if you hadn't realised. And I intend to use them a lot, so that nobody feels they've done it, seen it, got the t-shirt. All right, now both going to stay up and just one arm all the way up and down. So just choose one arm and we're sticking with that arm for the next 3 moves. Okay, now come up, elbow in, up, elbow in, and then you get quicker. So you can do it, if you're standing, it's quite nice to do a little twist and a squeeze into that waist. Now keep the elbow up, push up, as if you're trying to put something in the loft. You've got your hand holding that suitcase, so it's bent and flexed. Really need to have that hand flexed to feel it. Now don't move the elbow. Keep the elbow still. That's it. Just move the forearm. Ooh. And that one stays up. This one, other one, up and down. Keeping that back still again, rib to hip, core on. I'm allowed to cheat because I need to turn my page. And again, we're going to squeeze in. I like that one. You're doing your waist as well. Squeeze. Excuse me. Elbow up, forearm, push up into the loft. This arm's going, keep that other one up if you can. Three, two, one. Now just lean forward, keep your arms up if you can. Leaning forward, elbows up and push, push. My palms are facing backwards and my hands are flexed. So I'm actually pushing away with the heel of my hand. Right, so make the back of your neck long now. Push those shoulder blades down the spine. Don't feel like you're hunching that neck. All right, now turn the palms towards each other and carry on. Notice my elbows don't move. Okay, now slow it down. Reach up and bend. Reach and bend. So from the back, bend and... Okay. Keep them back, wide, squeeze, wide, squeeze. We're not pulsing. If those shoulders have crept up, push them down again. Lovely. Okay. Now turn the palms away from you again. Push the arms back as far as they'll go and just hold. Just squeeze in there. And then start to lift them more out to the sides. So little fingers coming up a little bit. I'm not sure, I'm in a position where that's it, that's better. So they're pushed back, but then I'm starting to lift them. Keep hold, push that neck long, up a little bit more. Still bending forward is going to help. And little pulses of the little finger up towards the ceiling. You can drop your head if it feels more comfortable. Keep going, bring the arms down, forward. Let's just, this is almost a break, this bit. So just do it as if you're holding weights. All right, and just turning over in case I've missed anything. I'd hate for you to miss anything. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Okay. What next, I'm thinking? All right, so push the arms back, not quite as harshly, because we're going to do a bend and push. Bend, push. So you can see how far my arms are back. Now try not to hunch too much, not as easy said than done, but think about lifting the elbows, not the shoulders. From the back. I'm going to get a bit quicker. Oh, horrid. Doing the trick. Oh, both arms up towards the ceiling. Just rest them for a second. We're going to finish with putting things in the loft again. Elbows staying where they are. And push, and push, push, push. Bring the elbows a bit wider. And then fingertips together and push the heel of the hand to the sides. And down. So just give those hands a shake and the shoulders and just shake a bit of everything.